distinguished ministers and members of your entourage, regents of the university, members of the Los Angeles Consular Corps, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the faculties and the student body of UCLA, I welcome you to this Charter Day, which represents the 99th anniversary of the founding of the statewide University of California and the 48th year of life of this campus. The modern American university, of which UCLA is a distinguished example, has as one of its tasks the matching of its teaching and research programs to the realities of today and tomorrow. In the past 2 decades, a visible and important example of this response is the development of international and comparative studies in American colleges and universities. And perhaps no better example can be drawn to illustrate this point than the remarkable growth of African studies at UCLA. In 1959, an African Studies Center was established on this campus to provide a framework for advancing study and research on Africa. This center has involved the social sciences, law, education, linguistics, and the humanities. It administers graduate as well as undergraduate programs of African studies. Through its research committee, the center makes grants for research in Africa. Its fellowship committee each year awards stipends or grants and aid to students concentrating upon Africa. Other activities of the center include a range of public educational programs concerning Africa, training programs for specialist personnel, such as Peace Corps volunteers, the bringing of Africanist scholars and leading African personalities to this campus as exchange professors and short-term lecturers, the sponsorship of interdisciplinary colloquia, and a publications program. In 7 short years, the African Studies program at UCLA has become one of the most vital and visible in the Western world. And for this we are, of course, indebted primarily to that large and gifted group of UCLA scholars whose primary research and teaching interests involve the vast, emerging, often enigmatic, and always exciting continent of Africa. Within our program of African studies, no part of that continent has attracted more attention than Ethiopia. Since 1964, our School of Law and the School of Law of Haile Selassie First University have been engaged in a cooperative effort to create and sustain a first-rate faculty of law at Addis Ababa. Dean James C.N. Paul of the School of Law of Haile Selassie First University is a member of the UCLA faculty. Under his leadership, in a matter of 4 years, the School of Law at Haile Selassie First University has become what is probably the outstanding School of Law in Africa. Each year, a graduate of that school takes a year of postgraduate training at our School of Law as the beneficiary of a scholarship provided to the Beverly Hills Bar Association. This year, we have on our campus the first exchange professor from the School of Law at Haile Selassie First University, and the interest of our students in the law of Africa and in Ethiopia in particular is demonstrated by the fact that our visitor has an enrollment of more than 40 students in his course on the reception of civil law in Ethiopia. For many years, we have had a small but extremely able group of Ethiopian students enrolled in UCLA, both as undergraduates and as graduate students, in pursuit of advanced degrees in political science, history, theater arts, economics, geography, and zoology. We have found them to be excellent students, highly motivated and industrious, devoted to the idea of returning to Ethiopia and putting their newly acquired abilities to work in the service of their nation. The arts of Ethiopia will, of course, be included in UCLA's new quarterly African Arts Art d'Afrique, which will appear for the first time this fall, and which will be devoted to the graphic, plastic, performing, and literary arts of Africa. There is a rich treasure in the arts of Africa that we hope to bring to wider appreciation, and the ancient and vital culture of Ethiopia will contribute significantly to this effort to record and stimulate the arts of Africa. Since the summer of 1963, UCLA has trained 906 Peace Corps volunteers to serve in Ethiopia. This total has included 746 secondary school teachers, 50 junior high school teachers, 86 health workers, 20 lawyers, 3 secretaries, and 1 doctor. In addition, we have involved a total of 130 Ethiopian nationals in this training program. We feel that these two groups, the Peace Corps volunteers we have prepared for service in Ethiopia and the Ethiopian nationals who have participated in the 4-year program, have forged strong bonds of friendship and cooperation between our two countries. Finally, I must note that under the leadership of Professor Wolf Leslau, we are making plans for the development of an Ethiopian Studies program within our African Studies Center, which will augment our present unusual strength in Ethiopian languages and literature with intensive teaching and research in the social sciences as they pertain to that country. Professor Leslau, recipient of the Haile Selassie Award for Ethiopian Studies, and perhaps the world's leading authority of Ethiopian languages and linguistics, personifies by his contributions and his commitment in a unique way the great and growing relationship between this university and Ethiopia. It is therefore only appropriate that I ask Professor Leslau, on behalf of his colleagues at UCLA, to greet our distinguished speaker, Professor Wolf Leslau.
በዩኒቨርሲቲው መምህራን ስም ሆኜ እንኳን ደህና መጡ ስል ትልቅ ክብር ይሰማኛል። ለታላቅነት ነዋሪ ያራየው ልባዊ የሆነ የአክብሮት ሰላምታችንን እናቀርባለን። ምንም እንኳን ኢትዮጵያ ለብዙ መቶ ዓመታት ከምዕራባዊ ዓለም ተለይታ ብትቆየም የጥንታዊ ስልጣኔ ምህዛን በመሆኗ ዛሬ በግርማዊነቷ አስተዋይ መሪነት በአፍሪካ አህጉር ውስጥ ቀደምትነትና የመሪነትን ደረጃ ይዛ ትገኛለች። የትምህርት ራያ በመሆን ከፍ ያለ አክብሮት ሰላምታችንን እንገልጻለን። ከመጀመሪያው አንድ ህዝብ ነፃና ለአገሩ ጠቃሚ ለመሆን ትምህርት እንደሚያስፈልገው ተገንዝበዋል። በዚህ መሰረት ለብዙ ዓመታት ግርማዊነቱ የትምህርት ሚኒስትር በመሆንና በተቻለ መጠንን በመጥቀም የሀገሩን አቋም ያሁን ያለበት ደረጃ ላይ አድርሰውታል። ጥሪያችንን እንዲቀበሉ ያደረጉት የዩኒቨርሲቲያችን ባህላዊ ሁኔታ ነው በማለት እንተምናለን። በሎስ አንጀለስ የሚገኘው የካሊፎርኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲ በጠቅላላው የካሊፎርኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች ከኢትዮጵያ ጋር በብዙ መንገድ ግንኙነት አላቸው። የካሊፎርኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች የበላይ የነበሩት ፕሬዝዳንት ከር የቀዳማዊ ኃይለ ሥላሴ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ኢንተርናሽናላዊ አማካሪ አባል በመሆን ባለፈው ዓመት ኢትዮጵያ በጎበኙ ጊዜ ከካሊፎርኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ትምህርታቸውን ጨርሰው የተመረቁ 25 ኢትዮጵያውያን ተቀብለዋቸዋል። ለመጀመሪያው ጊዜ በዚህ አገር በእንግሊዝኛ የተጻፈው የኢትዮጵያ የልብ ወለድ ታሪክ በዩኒቨርሲቲያችን መታተሙና እንዲሁም ከቅርብ ምስራቅ ቋንቋዎች ክፍል የዶክተርነት ማዕረግ በማግኘት የመጀመሪያው ተመራቂ ኢትዮጵያዊ መሆኑን ለግርማዊነቱ ስንገልጽ ኩራት ይሰማናል። ኢትዮጵያ በበኩሏ ሳይንሳዊ ምርምር የሚያደርጉን ሁሉ በመሳብ እርዳታ ሰጥታለች። ባለፉት 3 ዓመታት ልዩ ልዩ ሊቃውንት ከዓለም ዳርቻ የመጡ በግርማዊነቱ ዘመነ መንግስት ሊቃውንቱ ከኢትዮጵያ መንግስት ህዝብ የሚያስፈልጋቸውን አይነት ድጋፍ ስላገኙ ስራቸው በደህና ሊቀጥላቸው ችሏል። በመጨረሻም እዚህ በተሰባሰብነው መምህራን ስም ሆኜ እስካሁን ላደረጉልን ችሮታ ሁሉ ከፍ ያለ ምስጋና እያቀረብኩ ያሰቡትን ወደ ፍጻሜ እንዲያደርሱ ረጅም ዕድሜ እንመኝልዎታለን። Your Imperial Majesty, it is a great honor for me to welcome you in the name of our faculty. We salute in you a living symbol. You are the representative of a country with an old civilization which, although cut off from the Western world for many centuries, has become one of the leading nations of Africa under your wise leadership. We salute in you a symbol of education. From the very beginning, you have understood that only an educated citizen can be a free and useful citizen. With the limited means at your disposal, you have promoted the educational system of your country and symbolized it by assuming personally the post of Minister of Education for many years. We dare hope that it is the cultural climate of UCLA that has attracted you to accept our invitation today. Indeed, the University of California at Los Angeles and the University of California in general have many ties with Ethiopia. When President Clark Kerr of the University of California visited Ethiopia last year as a member of the International Advisory Committee of Haile Selassie First University, there were 25 Ethiopians, alumni of the University of California, all students with graduate degrees who came to greet him. You will be interested to know that it was the University of California Press that published the first Ethiopian novel in English in this country and abroad, and also that the first recipient of the PhD degree in the Department of Near Eastern Languages was an Ethiopian. He is at present Dean at your university. As for Ethiopia, it contributed its share in the search of scientific problems. Ethiopia has attracted the attention of the scholarly world for the last 300 years. The scientific work of scholars has been made possible thanks to the wholehearted cooperation of your government and of your people. I take this opportunity to express to you our gratitude for your cooperation and to wish you a long life for the successful accomplishment of your goals.
Mr. Chancellor, His Majesty expresses his gratitude at being found among you today and for the kind welcome and hospitality which the people of California and those of Los Angeles have granted to him. And on the occasion of his visit, as a memory of his visit, he would like to present this book, handwritten and brought from Ethiopia to the university. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you very much, sir, and on behalf of my colleagues, we are deeply grateful for this beautiful missal, which shall occupy an honored place in our university library. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 30, 1936, a proud and fearless leader of his people stood before the world in the League of Nations in what history must record as one of its most dramatic and poignant moments. He reflected faith, not fear, courage, not cowardice, and he touched the conscience as well as the hearts of civilized men and women everywhere. He was truly a king of kings, a defender serving his people, and he has never ceased serving them. Step by step, he has played the central role in converting an ancient and honorable tradition into a modern nation. He is the senior statesman in the extraordinary, sometimes even convulsive effort of the peoples of Africa to move fully into the 20th century. By his acceptance of our invitation to deliver the Charter Day address, he does this university great honor. Ladies and gentlemen, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, Emperor of Ethiopia.
የተከበሩ ቻንስለር መርፌ፣ የካሊፎርኒያ የዩኒቨርሲቲ መምህራንና ተማሪዎች፣ የተከበራችሁ እንግዶችና ቤተሰቦች፣ በዚህ በመቶኛው የካሊፎርኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲ በዓል እንድንካፈል ጥሪ ስላደረጋችሁልን ተቀብለን በመካከላችሁ ስንገኝ ታላቅ ደስታ ይሰማናል። በመጀመሪያ እግዚአብሔር ሰማይና ምድርን ከፈጠረ በኋላ መልክና ቅርጽ በመስጠቱ በፊት ብርሃን ይሁን አለ። የሚከተሉትን ፍጥረቶች በዚሁ ብርሃን ላይ የተመሰረቱ ሆኑ። ይህ የካሊፎርኒያ ዩኒቨርሲቲ በዚህ ዓላማ ላይ የተመሰረተ ነው። ብርሃን ይሁን የሚለውንም በመከተል በሲያንስ፣ በፊዚክ፣ በባዮሎጂ፣ በሕክምና፣ በፍልስፍና፣ በሲያንስ ሶሲያል፣ በሌሎችም የሰው ልጅ እውቀቶች ወሰኑን እያስፋፋ በመሄዱ በዩኒቨርሲቲው መካከል ቀደምትነት አግኝቷል። ቀደምትነት ካገኘበትም አንዱ ክፍል ስለሚያድጉ ሀገሮች በተለይም ስለ አፍሪካና ስለ ሌሎችም ክፍሎች በተለይም አጣምሮ ለማጥናትና ያደረገው አርቆ ማስተዋል ነው። እኛም ራሳችን ይህንን የመሰለ ጥናት እንዲደረጅ የዓለም ሊቃውንት አፍሪካን አተኩረው እንዲመለከቱና እንዲያጠኑ በስማችን የተመሰረተውን የሽልማት ድርጅት አቋቁመናል። የዚህ ድርጅት ቀደምት ተሸላሚዎች አንዱ ዛሬ አብረውን የሚገኙት ዶክተር ውልፍ ሌስሎው መሆናቸውን ለእናንተም ለእኛም ደስ የሚያሰኝ ነው። የምንኖርበት ዓለም ጸጥታ ተናውጦ ተማቶ በሚገኝበት በአሁኑ ሰዓት የዓለምን ጸጥታ መፈለግ ቀዳሚ ተግባር መሆኑን ለሁሉም ግልጽ ነው። በዚህም ተከትሎ የሚታየው ዋናው ተግባር ትምህርትና እውቀት ለሁሉ ማሰራጨት መሆኑ የታወቀ ነው። ከጥንት ጀምሮ እነ ያሬድ ድጓቸውን ሲደርሱ የምስራቅና የምዕራብ ሊቃውንት ከአገር ወደ አገር እየተዘዋወሩ ሲያጠኑ ዩኒቨርሲቲ የሚባለውም ከመቀረጹ በፊት ትምህርት ማከማቸት ብቻ ሳይሆን ከሌሎች ጋራ ማንም ሳይለይ መካፈል የቀድሞ የሊቃውንት ዋና ተግባራቸው ሆኖ አግኝተነዋል። ይህ ጥንታዊ ባህል በመከተል በካሊፎርኒያ ለሁሉም የከፍተኛ ትምህርት እድል መስጠት ካሊፎርኒያን ከፍተኛ ግምት ላይ የሚጥሉት ሙያዎች አንደኛው ይሄ ነው። እኛም በበኩላችን አንድ ሀገር ጥንካሬ በህዝቡ መማር ላይ የተመሰረተ መሆኑን የተረዳነው ከዛሬ 40 ዓመት በፊት አልጋ ወራሽ ተብለን በእግዚአብሔር ፈቃድ ለመሪነት ከመሰየማችን በፊት ነው። በዚያን ጊዜ ብዙዎች ዘመናዊ ትምህርት ለማስፋፋት አባታችን ልዑል ራስ መኮንን ያወረሱንን የትምህርት ቅርስ በመከተል ትምህርት ቤቶች እንዲከፈቱ ፈቃደኛ ኢትዮጵያ ሁሉ ትምህርቱን ተካፋይ እንዲሆን አደረግን። ያን ጊዜ አባቶቻቸው አርቀው ያስተውሉና ራሳቸውንም ለመመርመር የፈልጉ ብዙዎች ዛሬ በስልጣን ላይ ይገኛሉ። ጠላትም ሀገራችንን በወረረ ጊዜ ይህንኑ ዓላማችንን በመከተል ያስተማርናቸውን ብዙዎችን እያደነ እንዲገደሉ አደረገ። ነገር ግን ፈጽሞ ሳይጠፋ ደረስንበት። በእግዚአብሔር ቸርነት ወረራው ተፈጽሞ ሀገራችን በተመለስንም ጊዜ የተቋረጠውን ስራችንን ቀጥለን ዩኒቨርሲቲው በብዙ አንደኛና ሁለተኛ ደረጃ ትምህርት ቤቶችም እንዲከፈቱ የትምህርት መቆጣጠሩንም ተግባር በራሳችን እንዲመራ የትምህርት ሚኒስቴርነቱን ፖርትፎሊ ይዘን ስንቆጣጠር ቆየን። እነሆ ዛሬ የትምህርት ቤቶች ትምህርትም እያደገ ልዩ ልዩ የቴክኒክ ተግባር እድ የመምህራን ማሰልጠኛ ትምህርት ቤቶችም ተቋቁመው አሁን ደግሞ ለድካማችን ጉልላት የሆነው ዘንድ በሀገራችን ዩኒቨርሲቲ ተቋቁሞ ይገኛል። በሕይወታችን ብዙ ለውጥ አይተናል። በ1923 ዓመተ ምህረት የመጀመሪያውን ህገ መንግስት አውጀን ለህዝባችን ስንሰጥ በመላው አፍሪካ ላይ የቅኝ አገዛዝ ያንዣብብ ነበረ። ዛሬ ግን አብዛኛው የአፍሪካ ነጻ ወጥቶ በዓለም ህዝብ መካከል ተገቢ ቦታውን ይዞ መጎልመስ ያለውን ፍላጎት ያላንዳች ጥርጥር ገልጿል። ተማሪዎችም እንለዋወጣለን። ይህን ሁሉ ለውጥ ብናይና ፈጣሪያችንን ብናመሰግነው ለወደፊቱ የአፍሪካ ዓለምና ኢትዮጵያ ፍላጎት በቂ አድርገን አናየውም። እንኳንስ እንደገና 2 ዩኒቨርሲቲ በየጠቅላይ ግዛቱ አንዳንድ እንኳ ቢቋቋም ለወደፊቱ ፍላጎታችን የሚያረካው አድርገን አንቆጥረው። ይህንንም ሀሳብ ዛሬው ሩቅ መስሎ ቢታይ የመጀመሪያ ትምህርት ቤቶች ስንከፍት ከነበረው ሀሳብ የራቀ አይደለም። ይህንን ዓላማችንን በመከተል ስራችንን ስንቀጥልና አገራችን ሌሎቹም አፍሪካውያኖች ብዙ ችግር እንደማያጋጥማቸው የታወቀ በደን፣ በውሃ፣ በማዕድን፣ በሌሎችም የተፈጥሮ ሀብት ጭምር ሁላችንም የበለጸግን ብንሆን በሀብቱ ባለመጠቀምና በሙያተኛ ማነስ ሀገራችን እያላት እንደሌለው ሆና ትታያለች። በዚህ ሀብት ለመጠቀም ዩኒቨርሲቲያችን በየዓመቱ የሚያስመርቀው ሙያተኞች በቂ አይደለም። አሁን ካለን ዩኒቨርሲቲ በላይ ሌላ ብዙ ያስፈልገናል ብለን ከላይ ተናግረናል። በሚጎለምሱት ሀገሮች ውስጥ የዩኒቨርሲቲ ቦታውና መብዛታቸው በተለየ ችግር እንደሚያስከትል ግልጽ ነው። ዩኒቨርሲቲ በሀገር ብዛት ለመጠቀም መሳሪያ ብቻ ሳይሆን ህዝቡን ከዘመናዊ ቴክኖሎጂ ጋር የሚያስተዋውቁ አዲስ ህንጻ የሚያንሱ ጊዜ የፈተናቸው ባህሎች ተቀብለው ኃላፊውን የሚያሳልፉ ለጥንቱ ትርጉም ለዛሬው ዓላማ ለወደፊቱ ተስፋ የሚሰጡ መሆን አለባቸው። እነዚህ ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች የውጭ ሀገር ካባ በማጥለቅ ዘመናዊነትን የሚሹ ሳይሆኑ በአፍሪካ ባህልና ታሪክን ተመክተው ለአፍሪካዊነት አዲስ ትርጉም መስጠት ግዴታቸው ነው። ይህ ግዴታ የሚጠቅሳቸው ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች እያሉ እንቅፋትና ችግር ያጋጥማቸዋል። በትዕግስት ተከታትሎ የተለመደውን የዩኒቨርሲቲ ተግባር ከመፈጸም በላይ ኢትዮጵያ የሆነውን ችግር ኢትዮጵያ በሆነ ዘዴ ለመወጣት የውጭ አገርን ባህል ሳይመረምሩ ላለመከተል ኃላፊነት የሚሰማቸውና በትምህርታቸው የጠኑ ሊቃውንት ማግኘት ቀላል አይደለም። በዚህም ረገድ የአሜሪካን ሕዝብ በጠቅላላው የካሊፎርኒያን ሕዝብ በተለየ ከዚህ ቀጥሎ ያለውን ልናስታውስ እንወዳለን። ከላይ የተጠቀሱትን ተግባሮች ሁሉ ለመፈጸም ዩኒቨርሲቲ ግዴታ ያለበት የወደፊት ትምህርትና እቅድና የልማት ድርጅት አሻሽሎ አቀናብሮ መስራት እንዲታከልበት የታወቀ ነው። ይህንንም ለማድረግ የተማሪዎች ብዛት ብቻ ሳይሆን ተግባራቸውን የሚያውቁ አያሌ መምህራን፣ ድርጅቱ የተስፋፋ ቤተ መጻሕፍት፣ ዋጋቸው ከፍ ያለ የመመሪያ መሳሪያዎች በብዛት ያስፈልጋሉ። የአሜሪካ መንግስትም የተለመደ እርዳታውን ወደ ትምህርት አድርቶ ይህን እርዳታ ለሚጎለምሱት አገሮች እንዲዳረስ ማድረግ አስፈላጊው ነው ብለን እናስባለን። በተለይም ደግሞ የካሊፎርኒያ ያሉ ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች ያላቸውን የመምህራን ሀብትና ድርጅት ማሟላት የአፍሪካ ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች ጋር እየተግባቡ ጠቅላላ ሀሳብ መለዋወጥ፣ ስራ መግባባት እንዲኖር አደራ እንላቸዋለን። ይህንኑና ለዚህ ለምትመረቁ ደግሞ ማስታወሻ የሆናችሁ ዘንድ ከዚህ በታች ያለውን የምክር ቃል እናቀርብላችኋለን። ሰው ወደዚህ ዓለም ባዶ እጁን ይገባል፣ ከዚህም ዓለም ሲሄድ እንደዚሁ ባዶ እጁን ነው። እንግዲህ በዚህ ዓለም ላይ የእያንዳንዱ ስም ገናና የሚያደርገው አንደኛው ደግሞ ስሙ ሳይጠራ እንዲታለፍ የሚያደርገው በዚህ ዓለም ባሳለፋቸው አጭር ዘመናት የሰራቸው ስራዎች ብቻ ናቸው። እያንዳንዳችሁ ወጣት እንደመሆናችሁ መጠን አብዛኛው ሕይወታችሁ ወደፊት ይቀራል። በዚህ ጊዜ ውስጥ ላለው ለሰው ልጅ ኑሮ መሻሻል፣ ለዓለም ጸጥታ፣ ዘር ለዘር መግባባት ምን የምታሳልፉት እንዳይሆን በከንቱ ይህ እናንተ የምትኖሩበት ዓለም እንዲሁ ሆኖ የተገኘ አይደለም። አባቶቻችሁና አያቶቻችሁ ለልጆቻቸውና ለልጅ ልጆቻችሁን ሁሉ ሲሉ የሰሩትን ያወረሷችሁን ቅርስ እናንተም እንዲሁ ለልጆቻችሁና ለልጅ ልጆቻችሁ ስትሉ በዚህ ዓለም ላይ አንድ ቃዋሚ ስራ ለመስራት ግዴታ አለባችሁ። የምትሰሩት ስራ፣ የምትተዉት ቅርስ የምን አይነት ይሆን? እናንተ በዚህ ዓለም በማለፋችሁ ይህን ዓለም በተሻለ ሁኔታ ትተውት ይሆን ወይስ የሚያንዣብበውን አስጊ ጥላ በባሰ ሁኔታ ትተውት ይሆን? የተሻለ ሆኖ ልጆቻችሁና የልጅ ልጆቻችሁ የሚኮሩባቸው ስማቸው በታሪክ ላይ የተቀረጸ እንዲሆን የእግዚአብሔርን እርዳታ እንለምንላችኋለን። የሰው ልጅ አንዱ ቢበልጥም ሰውነቱ አይፋቅም። ይህ የታወቀ ሀሳብ ተለያይቶ ያልተፈጠሩትን የሰው ልጆች ማኮሰስ የማይጠቅም ስለሆነ ተማሪዎች ሁሉ እንደሚያስቡት አንጠራጠርም። በግል የካሊፎርኒያ በጎበኝበት በአሁኑ ወቅት የካሊፎርኒያ ሕዝብ በተለይም የሎስ አንጀለስ ከተማ ነዋሪዎች ላደረጉልን በጣም ደስ የሚያሰኝ አቀባበል ይህንን ጊዜ ምክንያት በማድረግ ምስጋናችንን እናቀርብላቸዋለን። እናንተም እንደዚሁ ሀገራችንን በምትጎበኙበት ሰዓት ይህን የመሰለ አቀባበል እንድታገኙ ሙሉ ተስፋችን ነው። አሜሪካና በኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ መካከል ከጥንት ጀምሮ ያለው ወዳጅነት እየተስፋፋ እየጠነከረ እንዲሄድ ሙሉ ምኞታችን ነው።
Professor Waldo Phelps, Chairman of the Department of Speech and University Marshal, will now read the English translation of His Imperial Majesty's address.
Mr. Chancellor, members of the UCLA community, honored guests, it is with great pleasure that we accept the invitation to participate in the ceremonies of this anniversary of the University of California, which next year will be its 100th. One of the first words of the Creator was, "Let there be light," words on which this very institution is established. It is following this worthy aim that the university has contributed so significantly to the advancement of physical, nuclear, and biological science, winning for itself a considerable degree of esteem among the institutions of higher learning. The foresightedness of this university in concentrating its energies in the study of the developing societies of Africa is among the virtues which have won respect for it as an academic institution. As for us, it is precisely with this hope that we initiated the prize trust named after us, and among the early recipients of which is your own Professor Wolf Leslau. By far the major problem confronting the human race at present is the question of peace and survival. If that problem is dealt with successfully by the present generation, it may be that the future shall have to deal with spreading the benefits of human civilization to the masses. Long before the term university came into usage, it had been the tradition among scholars not only to travel from place to place and acquire knowledge, but also to share that acquisition with their fellow scholars. Here, although it has not been free from moments of controversy, the efforts of the state of California to make higher education universal deserve commendation. For our own country, we recognized, as many as 40 years ago when we assumed the regency, that the strength of a nation must lie in the education of its citizens. We saw that a country would be as powerful as its least educated member. Thus, while many were scorning the benefits of modern education, we caused as many schools to be opened as our resources would allow, and as many children to attend as their parents would permit. Those who displayed the desire to learn and whose parents were far-sighted enough to let them study are, some, in places of authority. However, no sooner had this gigantic task started than the Second World War brought an apparent end to our endeavors. The schools were closed. The youth either left the country or remained within for patriotic activities, and thus brought upon themselves the wrath of the enemy. The completion of that destructive war brought forth renewed effort on our part, and to show to our nation the importance which we attach to education, we assumed the portfolio of education and acted as the minister for a number of years. Behold, today the number of schools is beyond count. Many professional schools are established in the nation, and our labor for education has reached a relative apex by the establishment of our own university. In our lifetime, we have seen many changes. In 1931, when we first promulgated a written constitution for Ethiopia, many of the nations of Africa were under foreign rule. Today, Africa is free and demanding its rightful place in the community of nations. This and many other changes impress us, and they cause us to be thankful. But we do not accept them as the ultimate destiny for our continent or our nation. Our defiance of the present as the ultimate destiny for our continent may appear visionary, but no more so than the visions we have lived to see fulfilled. Obviously, there are many problems which confront us in our task ahead. The forest, water, mineral, and other natural resources of our country need to be extensively exploited. But the present university products are but a drop in an ocean. We need many universities in the future. The place of these universities in young and developing societies is rather unique. A university is not only the instrument by which modern technocrats, capable of exploiting the natural resources of a nation, are produced. It is also the media by which the society as a whole is exposed to modern technology and international culture. Universities gave meaning to the past, a purpose for the present, and a goal to the future. They must not seek acceptability by cloaking themselves in a foreign robe. They must rather interpret Africanus and build a future society on a present firm foundations. Universities of which the above-mentioned duties are required must not only perform the conventional tasks of institutions of higher learning, they must also be able to attract staff, mature and dedicated, capable of solving Africa's problems in Africa's own way. Universities must be more than expensive equipment. They must be more than voluminous libraries. They must be more than impressive buildings. They must center around a core of men dedicated to a common cause, the accumulation, dispersion, and expansion of human knowledge. It is precisely in this invaluable treasure that we should like to challenge the University of California. The traditionally generous assistance of the government of the United States to education is known the world over, and we hope it shall continue with larger shares for the developing countries. But universities by themselves can do far more than what they have done in the past. Sabbaticals, research leagues, research projects, interchange of quality staff, rigorous training of future staff. These and many others are areas in which you could be of assistance to us. Some of you students close the first chapter of your life and begin another one. You are now leaving the world of the possible and moving into the world of the probable. To you, let us leave a few words of exhortation. A man comes into the world naked, and he is designed to take away nothing. What makes one famous or the other notorious, or what makes many mediocre, is what he has done or failed to do during his sojourn. Many of you students have most of your life before you. Will this world have been the better because you passed through it? Will the causes of world peace, of social justice, of human understanding have been served, or will they have gone wanting? It is evident that the world in which you find yourselves today is the product of conscientious, hard work of your forefathers. They died that you might have life, and pass that life on to your children. Let us hope that you, the students of 1967, shall accept that challenge. Finally, we wish to thank the people of California, and especially of Los Angeles, for this tumultuous reception during our private visit. We trust that you also shall someday visit Ethiopia. Long live Ethio-American friendship.
Recognition of merit and distinction, the university wishes to confer honorary membership upon 6 individuals who have been recommended for the degrees by a committee of the faculty, by the chancellor, by the president, and by the regents of the university.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Louis Tomlinson Benezet.
Louis Tomlinson Benezet, president of the Claremont Graduate School and University Center, and vigorous spokesman for liberal education in the United States today. A native of Wisconsin and holder of earned degrees from Dartmouth, Reed, and Columbia, he has served as stimulating teacher and able administrator in 7 institutions, 2 of them as president before coming to the West 4 years ago. He has written that, quote, "The independent liberal arts college will live in the future only by its wits and its demonstrated service to education and to its friends." We take this opportunity, therefore, to salute his leadership in this area and to reaffirm our enduring ties of friendship with the liberal arts colleges by conferring upon him honorary membership in the University of California. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, with all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present Jakob Al Bonnevi Bjerknes.
Jakob Al Bonnevi Bjerknes, one of the world's great pioneers in solving the mysteries of the weather, for which he received the 1966 National Medal of Science. In collaboration with his father, Dr. Bjerknes laid the foundation for modern meteorology through the discovery of the polar front and the wave theory of cyclone development. After an outstanding career during 2 decades in his ancestral land of Norway and elsewhere in Europe, he came to Los Angeles in 1940 and helped establish UCLA's Department of Meteorology, now recognized as one of the best of its kind in the world. His current research centers on rainfall processes and the large-scale interaction of the atmosphere with the oceans. For his success in doing something about the weather, achieved through his unique scientific contributions, his university confers upon him its highest honor. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, with all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present George Dewey Cukor.
George Dewey Cukor, sensitive and gifted director of motion pictures for nearly 4 decades. He climaxed a distinguished career in 1964 with My Fair Lady, delightful cinematic version of George Bernard Shaw's witty Pygmalion. Born in New York City, where he directed stage productions in his earlier years, he came to Hollywood in 1929 and quickly mastered a related field. Adept at turning successful stage plays and novels into still more successful motion pictures, he has directed more than 40 films, including Little Women, Philadelphia Story, A Double Life, Born Yesterday, all Academy nominations, and My Fair Lady, the triumph that won him an Oscar. We salute him today for his productive career as a filmmaker and for his creativity as a teacher of this modern medium, and confer upon him our highest honor. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Fine Arts, with all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Francis Pelube Farquhar.
Francis Pelube Farquhar, born and educated in New England, he has shamelessly led a double life since coming to California. On the one hand, he is a highly successful certified public accountant. On the other, he has won fame as a writer, historian, and conservationist through such books as Place Names of the High Sierra, Mount Olympus, Yosemite, the Big Trees in the High Sierra, books of the Colorado River and the Grand Canyon, Drake in California, a review of the evidence, and his definitive history of the Sierra Nevada. More than an armchair adventurer, he has in fact climbed Mount Olympus in Greece, as well as many peaks in his beloved High Sierra, and many times around the world. For his valuable contributions to the art of illuminating Western history, and for his vigorous efforts to preserve California's natural heritage, we confer upon him honorary membership in the University of California. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, with all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Frederick Noel Lawrence Poynter.
Frederick Noel Lawrence Poynter, Director of the Wellcome Historical Medical Museum and Library in London, the world's largest collections devoted to recognition of medicine's achievements. Yet he is not a man to be satisfied with one job well done. His intelligence, breadth of vision, and boundless energy have been the catalytic agents in the creation of a number of national and international scholarly programs and societies, and, mirabile dictu, have even permitted him time in which to gain recognition in his own right as a scholar, bibliographer, and editor of international distinction. Invited to UCLA in 1961 to inaugurate the Zeitlin Verbrugge Lectures in Bibliography, he found, quote, no moss growing on the walls, unquote, as he said, and ever since has been a sympathetic and generous friend. We are proud to inscribe his name on the rolls of our honored alumni, and by the virtue, the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, with all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I, Emperor of Ethiopia.
His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I, elect of God, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, King of kings, 225th Emperor of Ethiopia, of royal lineage that traces back to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, he is building a modern, progressive nation that assumes its rightful role in 20th century world affairs. In 1935 and 1936, when Ethiopia's 3,000-year-old tradition of independence was threatened, he won the hearts of free men everywhere by rallying his people and defying a dictator's military might. Today, as a central figure in the unfolding epic of modern Africa and founder of the Haile Selassie First University, he has earned the respect of the world for his proud statesmanship, his far-seeing vision, his dauntless courage, and his many enlightened social, educational, and political reforms. We warmly salute him and proudly welcome him to honorary membership in the University of California. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon your Imperial Majesty the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, with all of the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. This 99th Charter Anniversary ceremony will be brought to a close as Dale Jurgensen leads us in singing the University Hymn, in which you are all invited to join. The words will be found in your program. This will be followed by the benediction to be pronounced by Dr. Angel. The audience will please rise. And will you please remain standing for the benediction and until all those in academic attire have left the pavilion floor.
Lord God, bestow upon us thy benediction, and upon this university the manifold gifts of thy Spirit, thy truth to those who teach, thy laws to those who learn, thy wisdom to those who administer, and thy steadfastness to all who bear her name. Make us all men of value, the masters of ourselves, in order that we might become the servants of others. Amen.